Strange New Worlds is finally making Star Trek Enterprise more important. For years, Star Trek Enterprise was the franchise's black sheep, a prequel series that struggled to win the same cultural clout as its predecessors. Set in the 22nd century, a century before Captain Kirk boldly went where no one had gone before, Enterprise focused on Jonathan Archer's pioneering crew and the rough and tumble early days of Starfleet. Despite its ambitious concept and a strong finale that attempted to close the prequel gap, the series often felt like an afterthought in Trek lore. But now, 2 decades later, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is finally giving Enterprise its long overdue respect. As Strange New Worlds rockets into its third season, the echoes of Enterprise have never been stronger. Subtle callbacks, deeper lore integration, and emotional character arcs are converging to reinforce Enterprise's legacy, not just as a stepping stone, but as an essential part of Star Trek history. And the payoff is thrilling. The Ghost of the Eugenics Wars and the Augment Threat. One of Enterprise's most memorable storylines was its three-part Augments arc in Season 4. It delved into the legacy of Khan Singh and the Eugenics Wars, genetic experiments gone awry that nearly doomed humanity. That story introduced a young Dr. Arik Soon, played by Brent Spiner, a protomatics figure obsessed with perfecting the human genome, whose failure and later redemption helped pivot future Soons toward cybernetics. Fast forward to Strange New Worlds, and the legacy of those augments is central to the emotional depth of LT. Lon Noonien Singh. As a direct descendant of Khan, Lon carries not only genetic baggage, but the emotional trauma of inherited fear and societal prejudice. Her character arc, exploring what it means to live with a name and legacy tied to one of humanity's darkest chapters, feels like a natural extension of what Enterprise started. By weaving Lon's story directly into that timeline, SNW is honoring Enterprise's groundwork while expanding it meaningfully. The Gorn threat and the Xindi parallels. Enterprise's third season took a massive narrative swing with the Xindi arc, a serialized, emotionally heavy journey through a mysterious region of space, the Delphic Expanse. The Xindi were a diverse species, each with their own motivations and fears, and their attack on Earth forced Archer's crew to question their ethics, their unity, and their purpose. Now in Strange New Worlds, we see shades of that same high-stakes storytelling with the rise of the Gorn as a galactic threat. Once dismissed as rubber-suited villains in the original series, the Gorn have been reimagined as cunning, horrifying predators. Just like the Xindi arc humanized an alien threat, SNW's treatment of the Gorn forces the Federation to reevaluate its assumptions. The slow burn mystery, the political stakes, and the moral gray zones all echo Enterprise's more serialized, mature storytelling. It's not just an aesthetic similarity, it's a philosophical one. SNW is drawing from Enterprise's willingness to challenge Starfleet ideals during its formative years, proving that some of Trek's most daring ideas weren't born in the 23rd century, but in the 22nd. Captain Archer's legacy, revisited. Though Strange New Worlds hasn't yet directly brought back characters from Enterprise, the spirit of Captain Archer looms large. Starfleet's code of conduct, the design of the NX-class ships, and even the discussions of Federation law trace back to Archer's tenure. Enterprise was always about charting unknown space, but more importantly, about how ideals are forged in fire. Pike's crew continues that legacy, not as flawless utopians, but as people struggling toward the better angels of their nature. Season 2's courtroom episode, Ad Astra per Aspera, was a perfect example. The Federation's debate over civil rights for genetically engineered individuals reflects Enterprise's ongoing cautionary tales about unchecked scientific ambition. In essence, SNW is dealing with the fallout of what Enterprise explored decades earlier, and it's doing so with both reverence and narrative depth. Aesthetic and world-building continuity. Even visually, Strange New Worlds is embracing Enterprise's world-building. From the uniforms to the ship design lineage, SNW bridges the gap between the stripped-down industrial feel of the NX-01 and the sleeker future of the Constitution-class Enterprise. The technology still has that tactile, transitional look, advanced yet clunky, refined but experimental. Warp travel is no longer new, but it's still dangerous. Transporters are reliable, but not infallible. It feels like a universe in evolution, and that sense of growth mirrors